All right, let's map out something really powerful here. We're talking about a complete guide designed to take you from being a student to becoming a creator. Think of this as your personal roadmap to making a real, tangible impact.
You know that feeling, right? You've got all this drive, this ambition, but the actual path from where you are to where you want to be just feels kind of foggy. It's such a common thing, that space between what you know you can do and what you're actually doing.
And that is exactly why we've put together this roadmap. It's not just a bunch of ideas, it's a structured, clear, and totally actionable plan to help you turn all of that amazing potential into real, measurable impact. So here's the whole journey, just at a glance. We've broken it down into 4 distinct acts. First, we're going to build your foundation. Then we'll establish a solid framework and culture. After that, it's all about growth and innovation. And finally, we'll get to excellence and creation. So let's dive in at the very beginning.
Okay, Act 1. This is all about laying a super strong foundation. And look, this isn't just about what you know, it's about how you think. It all starts with building a human-centered mindset.
You know, any big journey, it always starts with a little bit of chaos, right? Some confusion, some challenges, maybe even a little bit of frustration. But the key here is to completely reframe that feeling. Don't see it as a setback. See it as your first real shot at growth. So, the big question is, how do you actually navigate all that chaos? Well, there's this incredible tool called design thinking. It's basically a framework that forces you to lead with empathy, to really truly understand what people need before you even start thinking about solutions.
And the process itself, it's actually a pretty straightforward 5-step loop. You start by empathizing with people, then you define the real problem. After that, you ideate, come up with tons of ideas. Then you prototype the best ones, and finally, you test them out to see what works. It's a constant cycle of learning and creating.
All right, with that foundation in place, let's move on. Welcome to Act 2. Now it's time to build your internal culture. Think of it as your personal operating system for success and innovation. And at the absolute core of a powerful culture are just 3 things. Yep, only 3. But trust me, when you get these right, they change absolutely everything. This is what we call the 3P culture, and it's a super simple but really effective model. First up, purpose. That's your why, the thing that gives you direction. Then you have process, your how, which makes sure you're consistent. And finally, people, your who, which is all about collaboration. Purpose, process, people. That's the engine. Now, to actually make that 3P culture a reality for you, you need a personal framework. And that's where the 3C framework comes in. It's about finding the perfect balance between your attitude, that's your mindset, your logic, your method for thinking critically, and your technical skills, your actual mastery. Mindset, method, and mastery. Those are your personal building blocks. Okay, so you've got the culture, you've got the framework. What's next? How do you keep that momentum going? Well, it's through these 5 pillars of growth. And this isn't a one-and-done checklist. It's a continuous cycle of learning, upskilling, innovating, networking, and developing your own leadership skills. But here's a really important point. None of this, absolutely none of it, is sustainable if you burn out. And that's where a principle called SPINE comes in. It's the core idea that your personal well-being is what supports your professional excellence. Seriously, a healthy balance between work, health, and your hobbies is totally non-negotiable. It's the backbone of your success. And that brings us to Act 3. This is where things get really exciting because this is where the rubber meets the road. You've built the foundation, you've built the culture. Now it's time to take that entire toolkit out into the real world and actually drive some innovation. So where do you even begin? Simple. You get involved. There's a concept called Innovation 7x7, which is all about engaging in different innovation activities. Join clubs, jump into forums, participate in hackathons. This is the place where your ideas finally meet collaboration and start to become a reality. And listen, you've got this amazing tool in your back pocket, generative AI. The trick is to use it responsibly, like a creative partner. Let it boost your creativity, make you more efficient, and help you tackle problems that might have seemed impossible before. It's a huge accelerator. Now, as you're building all these awesome skills, you've got to prove you have them, right? That's where certifications come in. They aren't just pieces of paper. They are proof of your expertise. They make your skills recognizable everywhere and give you a real edge in a global market. And here we are, the final act. Act 4, Excellence and Creation. This is the big finish, the culmination of the whole journey. It's where everything you've learned and built gets channeled into creating real, measurable, and meaningful impact.
But excellence can sound a little vague, right? It needs structure. And your tool for that is the SMART OKR framework. By setting goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, you create a super clear path to success. You know exactly what you're aiming for, and you know how to track your progress along the way. So, what kind of impact are we even talking about here? Let's think big. I mean, really big. Take this number, for example. It represents a huge aspirational mission for all the new creators out there. This is all about a vision called 1,000 AI startups. Now, it's not just a number, it's a whole mindset shift. It's a call to action to build a culture of entrepreneurial leadership. It's about challenging yourself to stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like a creator, someone who finds problems and builds ventures to solve them.
So what's the fuel for this whole final stage? It all comes down to one thing: a growth mindset. It's that core belief that challenges are actually opportunities, and that real, sustained effort is the true path to mastery. This mindset is the absolute key to lifelong learning and innovation.
In this quote, man, it just sums it all up perfectly. The whole journey is powered by innovation, it's built on a foundation of skill, and it's designed to help you evolve from just a learner into an active creator who really contributes something meaningful to the world.
So, there it is, the whole plan, laid out for you. A complete, structured roadmap from foundation all the way to creation. The map is in your hands now. The only real question left is, what are you going to create?